Thank you, Kylie. Well, we are talking about snow, and when it comes to your heating bill this winter, you may not realize that your bill could actually be among some of the highest in the country. In fact, a new study revealed 5 Michigan cities, including Detroit and Southfield, made the top 30 list for paying some of the highest heating bills across the U.S.
Fortunately, there are things you can do to help you save. Wednesday is one of my favorite days of the year. It marks National Cut Your Energy Cost Day, which is all about useful ways to save money and conserve energy. For tips, we're joined by Sam Ames from 1-800-HANSONS. Thanks a lot for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
We love talking about saving money. So, I mean, it's been a mild winter so far. That's all going to change pretty much tomorrow. So what can people do in the meantime, the next 24 hours, to really get their place ready for a cold winter?
Well, when you're looking at your home and you're trying to figure out ways to save money on energy bills, obviously windows and doors are one of the top things that leak. There's things you can do around the outside, check caulking and make sure all the drafts are sealed, or put the plastic up. But really, in order to really truly save money, you have to kind of look at maybe replacing them with a higher energy efficient window.
Okay, so if at this point we can't replace windows, in like 24 to 48 hours, what can folks do at home? What's a practical tip to kind of ensure that the windows are properly sealed? Is there anything you can do?
It's really hard to react that fast with a window. They do make plastic films that you can put up that will stop breezes or drafts. They make shades or drapes that you can put up that are a little thicker. Those would be immediate things that you could do to remedy it in the next 24 to 48 hours.
All right, let's talk about some of the things you brought in today. Obviously, you have a part of a roof here. Tell us exactly what this is and what this device on this side is.
So this is a ridge vent. One of the things that happens in the winter is ice dams, right? So what happens with an ice dam is your home, the heat goes up through your attic. And if you don't have enough insulation in the attic, it kind of goes through and it starts to melt the snow that's on top of the roof. It comes down to the eave or to the edge, and when it gets to that edge, it's no longer any heat coming up, so it freezes. And when it freezes, it keeps continuing to back up underneath the shingles. So the two main factors in preventing ice dams is really to get good insulation in your attic, and also to let your attic breathe. So you need an intake ventilation at the bottom and an exhaust vent, which is what this is, a ridge vent at the top, to allow that natural air to flow through your attic, to try to keep your attic the same temperature as the outside rather than the same temperature as your inside your house.
Nifty little device there.
Yeah, I know. And so when you talk about your roof, what do you need to do? What do you need to look out for to make sure that it is energy efficient?
So if you're looking at your roof in the winter, especially when there's frost or light snow, if you see around the edges where it's still frozen or there's snow there and everything else is melted, that's the first sign that you have some sort of problem or it's not energy efficient. If the snow remains on your roof and it doesn't, melt in certain areas, it doesn't have what we call hot spots or melted areas, then that's a good indication that you have a fairly energy efficient roof.
And now we brought up windows earlier, and you won't have time to get your windows changed in the next 24 hours probably. But if you are looking for new windows in the future, tell us what you brought in here.
Yeah, so there's a couple different lines. We offer 3 different grades of windows. You can start off with just your natural window that has hollow channels inside. It's a double pane, energy efficient. And then you can, as you go up, you can get where these channels, we start filling them with foam to make them more energy efficient. This is a triple pane window, so 3 panes of glass versus 2. This window, energy efficiently outperforms this substantially. So
yeah, I bet. Are they soundproof as well? Triple plane? Plane?
This has a much higher soundproof rating, or sound. It reduces noise.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice and quiet.
So you mentioned earlier you sometimes have to spend a little bit of money to save money in the long run. What kind of investment are we talking about for windows like this?
Well, it all greatly depends on how many windows you have, how big they are, different sizes, if you want to do any special things with the glass. But a lot of studies out there show if you get a higher end energy efficient window like this, it can reduce your energy bills up to 30–40%. So you'll start to recoup that money really, really fast.
And quickly, finally, what's on the end there? Is that a piece of siding, or what is that?
Same thing. People don't really think of siding as energy efficient, but your standard building products, when you get a new home, you get a piece of siding that's kind of hollow like this. And when you want to replace it, they do make energy efficient siding. So they make these fully foam back sidings. It prevents, it's impact resistant, so if you did have hail or anything like that. But it also adds a nice, extra insulation, couple inches on your exterior of your house to soundproof it and keep it energy efficient.
That's what I like. A soundproof efficient home. That's what I'm after.
Those are great. We can
Warm
help you
and
out.
quiet
That's
is what
right.
we're going for.
Sam, thanks a lot for coming in, helping us save some money on our energy bill.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Got to take a quick break here. Back in a couple of minutes.